everyone, welcome back to another episode of PoldarkDish. I'm Marlise.
And I'm Elyse.
And today we're going to be dishing about Poldark Season 4.
Episode 6!
But first, a little recap. Episode 6 begins with more love letters.
Starring Ross and Demelza. Dear Demelza.
Dear Ross.
Miss you, but glad you're keeping the home fires ablaze while I whoop it up in London.
I've got your blaze right here.
I'm content to know you're managing Cornwall like a plucky Poldark.
Children still dropping like flies. Bite me. Ross meets with the Prime Minister.
Who wonders, where the hell is your wife?
And why the hell don't you ever bring her to London?
Good question. Jeffrey Charles is back at the pleasure garden drinking his ass off.
And making out with some skanky old cougar.
Older than us.
Speak for yourself.
Anyway, Uncle Ross comes to the rescue.
And Monk the skunk says something in French.
Quel embarras de richesse.
Je ne sais pas.
Pas mal.
Bring me the macaron.
That's enough.
Fromage. Wormlegged writes anonymous poison pen letters to Pascal's clients.
He tells them to grab their cash because that bank is going
And
down.
Elizabeth wants to know if he's conspiring against Ross again.
Why ever would you think that, my dear?
Because you got that whole, I'm going to put on my cha-cha heels, stand on a soapbox, and screw with Ross, and hope my wife doesn't find out about it. Look on your face.
Oh, that look. This week, Drake Cakes gets his turn at a topless dip in the bay.
Wearing the same damn pants that Ross and Dr. Eye Candy wore.
It's the Cornish Brotherhood of the Trouser Pants.
One size fits all.
Some better than others.
Ooh, rawr. Elizabeth is feeling queasy.
Could she be expecting a worm baby?
And now another episode of As the Worm Turns.
George? George! Elizabeth! Aunt Agatha? What are you doing here?
I can see you're ailing, girl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You have a nasty pasty in the oven.
No, I don't.
You do.
What if I do?
Oh, how are we gonna fool Georgie this time?
I'm going to lie about his age. It seemed to work for you.
Oh, I was 100 years old. That's
Take a page out of the calendar and put a Christmas
I'm the
of
oldest
130.
Poldark in
I'm going to
history.
send him on a
I
month-long
deserve
bender.
That's
Jeffrey
party.
You're never going to let that go, are you?
Tune in next time to As the Worm Turns.
Rowena calls for Dr. Eye Candy.
She wants a prescription for oblivion.
Well, what do you wish to escape? Because when I came back from that French prison, I also wish to escape.
Really? In the French prison, did you have your toes sucked off by fat bastard?
I'll write you a prescription.
I didn't think so. Sam apologizes to Rosina for Drake Cakes leaving her at the altar.
She's okay with the dumping by Drake.
It's Morwenna she can't stand.
For not taking him back.
She cray-cray.
Whack job. There's a run on Pasco's bank, and now there's Muppet Panic and Truro.
And Demelza has to take some money out to pay the miners.
But Pasco begs her not to take too much out, or he's totally screwed.
So she says, okay, I won't take anything out. Good plan. Demelza takes her double D's to Lord Falmouth.
She tells Lord F she felt bad taking her own dough out of Pasco's bank.
So she hits him up for the cash like he's her own personal ATM.
He says this better be for the miners.
Oh, those aren't miners.
Oh, they're major.
Money makes the world go down, the world go down, the world go down. Money makes the world go down, it makes the world go round. Demelza brings her money bags to Pasco's to make a deposit.
Along with a company of B-list actors.
I am Demelza, and I am here to give all my cash to the greatest banker in Cornwall, Pasco's. Judas, he's fabulous.
I'm Prudy Painter, and I've got this enormous sack of cash, which I wish to present to Pasco's bank for safekeeping. Pasco's is safer than Bodmin jail.
I am Sam the preacher man, and I am new in these parts, and I am here to give all my worldly goods. God, I knew this last night. Lying.
To Pasco's bank.
To Pasco's bank.
Because your money.
Your money.
No, your money.
My money
will be safe
will be safe
at Pasco's.
at Pasco's bank.
Idiot.
You idiot.
No!
Ross, Caroline, and Jeffrey Charles make their way back to Cornwall.
Jeffrey Charles says, Uncle Ross, I wish you were my daddy.
I wish he was my daddy, too.
Ow! Drake Cakes is a mopey mess.
Rosina tells them she's no delicate flower.
She can take being dumped at the altar and facing down the town gossips.
So she tells Drake to pull up your big boy panties already and get on with it. Wormleggin is pissed that the scullery maid thwarted his evil plan once again.
They use Ross's cousin St. to siphon that last bit of money out of Pasco's bank. Money, 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 money. Dry Cakes is moving in with Sam the Preacher Man.
They're setting up a bachelor pad.
They are going to be two wild and crazy guys.
And the whole town is giving them the evil eye, including Harry the henchman.
Elizabeth welcomes Jeffrey Charles back to Trenwith.
And over cocktails, she tells Ross she's finally content.
Really?
Really? Pasco's bank is closed down and everybody's money is frozen.
Including Ross's nest egg. Caroline finally returns home to Dr. Eye Candy.
After a little role play, they kiss.
I think he's forgiven her. Yay.
Valentine meets someone that looks an awful lot like him.
It's like looking in a mirror.
What's your name? Who's your daddy? He rich, is he hot like me?
Wormleggin comes home just as Ross was leaving.
And Elizabeth panics.
Who was that?
It was Jeffrey Charles.
Yeah, Jeffrey Charles. Yeah, that's the ticket.
Demelza realizes she blew it when she gave all her money to Pasco from Falmouth.
You think, Demelza?
And Ross comes home and says, "Don't sweat it, honey."
You're with all of Westminster and a bag of chips.
That's nice.
Rosina's dad, jackass, mislikes that Dry Cakes is back in the neighborhood.
And Sam the Preacher Man says, "Lay off or I'm going to open up a can of Christian whoop-ass."
I like Sam the Preacher Man.
Me too. Ross puts the squeeze on Pasco's old clients.
But nobody wants to be squeezed.
I'd be squeezed.
They're crazy. Ross and Demelza still have no money to pay their employees.
So Ross asks Demelza what she thinks.
Let's ask Dwight and Caroline for a loan.
Something tells me Demelza shouldn't be going into high finance.
Demelza tells the miners that they get an extra half day off and a sixpence for their patients.
And you're all invited over for bonfire night and stargazy pie made of pilchards.
Fish, eggs, roly-poly, fish, eggs, eat them up, yum.
So Francis tells Ross that the small banking days are over.
Ross tries to convince him to help.
Ross even shows him Wormy's evil letter.
But in the end, he pushes too hard. It's hoedown night at Nampara.
Drinking, dancing, and fireworks.
Mostly from Roderick giving each other the side eye.
Sam tells him if you want to go there again, make sure it's over with Morwenna. Reverend Hulse dedicates the new infirmary. Double Poldark moment!
This is a great party. Both Elizabeth and Morwenna look like they're going to hurl.
And Reverend Hulse wants to know if Ross enjoys Parliament.
That's done it! A shouting match erupts between Ross and George, and Ross lunges for George's cravat.
Just then, Elizabeth goes down.
Excellent timing. Dr. Eye Candy asks Elizabeth if she could possibly be with child.
No, what makes you say that?
Well, you seem like you might be pregnant. Do you have any symptoms?
No.
Are you experiencing any cravings?
No.
I'm out of here.
Drake visits Morwenna to ask one last time if she's willing to hook up again.
She drops a bombshell and tells him she's going to have another little toe-sucking baby.
Ew, Rosina's looking pretty good right about now. Demelza tells Ross, "You always take the bait from Wormleggin."
He said, "Why didn't you stop me?"
Just then, Prudy delivers a letter from Bassett. Prudy's drinking game!
Sweet Caroline says she's a heartless creature who needs variety.
She says she needs London as much as she needs Cornwall.
This time she wants to go to London
With her husband! Good plan. Sir Francis called a board meeting to the bank.
Harris Pascoe is announced as a new partner.
Along with a last-minute addition.
Ross Poldark!
I'd like to make a
I
deposit.
roll around in the dirty, dirty money.
Money, 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 money.
Ross finally invites Demelza to London.
And it's about time. Elizabeth finally tells Wormleggin she's pregnant.
He's ecstatic.
But not for long.
Uncle Carrie comes in and tells him that the Cornish Bank has been formed with Ross and Pascoe as partners.
Thanks, Debbie Downer.
In London, things are looking up in the Poldark suite.
Demelza's all naked in bed and asks Ross to give her rope.
He says, "Get it yourself."
Ooh, so she throws a sheet around her.
He steps on it.
And down they both go.
London is getting steamy for the Poldarks.
And for the Cornwall Cougars. Rawr. Well, things are getting hot and steamy for Ross and Demelza in London.
I think things are going to mend,
Oh
finally.
my God. And I saw in the preview coming up, things are looking even steamier. They're all over each
it
other.
looks like this is setting us up for a whole lot of drama in the next episode. So, yeah, cannot wait.
Okay, and this whole episode was about money. Money, 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 money. About the bank going down and Ross trying to help him. And
Well, this time, I mean, because we've kind of trodden this ground before, but this time it was Demelza who had to deal with it.
Yeah,
so
she
she had to be
did.
a little crafty.
not making great choices, but then she's by herself. She doesn't have Ross to confer with, so.
But really,
you know.
she did help prop up Pasco's bank for the time being, but then War-Leggeds went in with that last
with
1-2
the letter.
punch, and
Yep.
with the cousin, with St. John.
I just love every time George thinks he's got one up on Ross. You know, Ross one-ups him, and then the look, his reaction is always thwarted again. It's almost like he needs snidely whiplashes.
But he was so happy when Elizabeth said she was
I
pregnant.
know.
He looked so
God.
sweet. He was almost human.
You know?
And it was a wondrous thing to behold, but then it lasted, what, a second and a half?
second.
And then Uncle Kerry comes in with that Pip Torrance face he has
He's
going.
evil, and he just gets in his own way, and
Yeah.
it's a shame. But listen,
But it was
we
so
don't
sweet.
have
He's
the
like, and
villain.
we'll have a girl this time, and we'll dress her in pretty clothes.
Oh, I know.
It was just kind of sweet. So,
The human side of George.
Okay,
Isn't
now
that interesting?
Morwenna and Monster-in-Law.
Morwenna.
Now, this is where I would like some input from book readers, because I do not remember Morwenna being pregnant a second time.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's been a while since I've read these books, because
Okay.
I've been like reading, and I'm like on book 11 now.
Okay,
So it's
okay.
been a while since I've read
Interesting.
this. So yeah, I
I
mean,
know, because,
what's
well, I guess it would be
happening?
too easy if, Witless dies and she's free and Drake and her are together and happy ever after. So I guess that can
Nothing's
happen.
easy for Poldarks.
No, but
No.
you know well, if she wasn't pregnant, I wonder what the protocol would be. Could she leave that estate and go,
Run away!
Run
Run away!
Because now the evil step monster is there.
Well, like
and,
Monster-in-Law,
and
yeah.
controlling her, like just,
Yeah, well, and then when she wanted to be in the room when the doctor examined, I could just imagine her up on the stirrups with the
just a whole
monster.
other villain that they put in there. So
Just like a spider.
so
yeah.
so for Drake, he can't have her. Is he going to go back to
Yeah.
Rosina?
And
I don't know.
is-
Sam looks like
He's the go-between all of a sudden.
is a go-between.
Yeah, he kind of took on Jeffrey Charles'
I
role.
kind of
there.
like them together. Sam and Rosina look kind of cute
Well,
together.
let's see what
Let's see what
happens.
happens.
Yeah.
And what else? Caroline
Oh, Caroline and Dr. Eye Candy are back together.
back together where they
And-
belong.
Yeah, and
Aw.
when she stood there looking so stylish, I could just imagine if it were my husband going, how much did this cost? But it was really a sweet reunion.
It was a beautiful reunion, and now they're off to London together. So they're off to London together, and the Poldarks are off to London
did you
together.
think it was a bit soon to say so? You said you never wanted to be a mother again. Now, is he
Too
trying
soon?
to like get her in bed, or is he trying to get her to have another baby? What does it mean?
No.
I don't
What
know.
does it mean?
And speaking of bed, some of the ladies and I will have noticed that Ross was in the puffy shirt and the black pants during that last scene, and we were very happy with that.
Yes, he was.
Yes, yeah.
She was naked and he was dressed.
And I want to know if they had one day of shooting at the beach in Cornwall where they're
had
like,
to-
you
they
wear
had
the
to pass
pants
the
and
pants.
come out of the surf. Now you wear the pants and come out of the surf. And now the
It's
third
the
one wears the
brotherhood of the
pants.
traveling pants. They are all wearing the same
That's
swim
crazy,
trunks.
but nobody's complaining.
I love it. I love it how they each got their moment.
But apparently one only wears khaki swimming trunks in Cornwall.
Okay,
so,
well,
you
it
know,
looks
that's a
good.
lesson.
It looks good for the female viewers. I think we like
But
it.
then there's Sam waiting for him up on the shore, going,
I
let's be
know.
roommates again.
All right, so let's see what's going to happen in London. So that's where we're going next.
Yeah,
and
looks
see
kind of
new
spicy.
adventures in London for the Poldarks and the Eye Candies. So let's see what's going to happen.
Yay.
All right, well, I'm excited. Before we go, we'd like to thank all our supporters who have donated to our show.
Thank
For
you.
every dollar that you've given, your name has gone into a basket, and each week we have a drawing for some exciting Poldark themed gift. And how do you find out what those gifts are or if you won?
Well, you go to our website.
Yes.
You go to theanglophile.com/PoldarkDish.
Yes.
Or you can check us out on our Facebook page or on Twitter.
Yes. So each week on Sunday, we will announce the winner of that week's prize, and then we will announce what prize is coming next.
And thank you. Without your support, none of this would be possible.
Exactly. So thank you all once again. That's all we have time for. We'll see you all again next week. I'm Marlise.
And I'm Elyse.
And we're the
Poldark
Poldark Dish. Rawr.